So, AI Playbook. You've heard this term, right? It's everywhere. Every CEO, every startup, every team leader is talking about having one. But what does it actually mean? Well, in this explainer, we're going to break it down and clear up the confusion for good.
I mean, you see it in headlines, you hear it in meetings, and it sounds really important, right? Strategic, maybe even a little intimidating. But the second you try to pin down what it is, the definition gets, well, fuzzy. Is it a tech manual? Is it a business strategy? A personal to-do list? What are we talking about here?
And here it is. This is the secret. The term AI Playbook isn't confusing because it has no meaning. It's confusing because it has so many meanings. The key thing to understand is that there isn't just one single playbook. It's a concept that operates on totally different levels for different people and for different reasons. So what we're going to do here is give you a framework to make sense of it all. We're going to unlock 4 distinct levels of the AI playbook. We'll start way up high at the 30,000-foot view of a CEO, and then we're going to zoom all the way down to a specific process that you could automate tomorrow. Okay, let's start at the very top. Level 1, the strategic playbook. Now, this isn't about code or specific tools. This is about enterprise-wide transformation. This is the playbook that lives in the C-suite, and it's all about answering the biggest question of all. How will AI fundamentally change our entire business?
So what's actually in this high-level playbook? Well, according to someone like CEO coach Chuck Bolton, it's way less about the tech and much more about people and direction. It's about creating a responsible AI strategy. It's about building a culture that's ready for AI, but, and this is key, still puts humans first. And it's about leading with a clear vision that unlocks new productivity for everyone in the company.
And listen, the stakes could not be higher. Bolton frames this as a really urgent, defining moment for leadership. Getting this strategic playbook right, it isn't just a nice-to-have. It's about survival. It's about thriving in this new era. It's about deciding, right now, if you're going to lead the change or get left behind by it. Okay, so you have the CEO's grand vision. Fantastic. Now what? Let's drop down to the next level, the project plan. This is the playbook for the teams on the ground, the ones who actually have to turn that big vision into a reality. And honestly, this is where things can go really wrong. Here's a pretty sobering fact from machine learning expert Eric Siegel. The vast majority of AI and machine learning projects, despite all the brilliant data scientists and all the hard work, they never actually make it out the door. They die in the lab, never delivering any real business value. So, how do you fix that? Well, Siegel proposes a very specific, structured playbook he calls BizML. What's so interesting about this is its core mission. It's designed to be a bridge. It creates a common language and a shared process that connects the business side with the technology side, right across that dangerous gap where so many projects fall apart. And this is the framework. It's a clear 6-step process. But look closely, because the real genius is right at the beginning. Notice how the first 3 steps are all about planning and alignment before anyone even touches the data. You define the real-world goal first, then the technical objective, then how you'll measure success. Only then do you move on to the data, the model, and that all-important final step, deployment. All right, we've talked about the company, we've talked about the project team. Now let's zoom in on the most important person here, you. What is your personal AI playbook for your own career? For this, we can turn to the perspective of Gary Vaynerchuk. So Gary V has this fantastic dual strategy he calls Jetsons versus Flintstones. He basically says there are 2 paths to winning, and the smartest people are going to do both. Path 1, be a Jetson. Get your hands dirty. Become, in his words, a psycho expert on the actual AI tools. Path 2, be a Flintstone. Double down on the skills that AI can't do, like real creativity, empathy, and deep strategic thinking. And he points out that if you're in a field like customer experience, you're not just on the front lines. You actually have a massive advantage. You're in the perfect position to become a true practitioner, to gain that practical, real-world knowledge that's worth so much more than theory. That hands-on experience, that becomes your personal edge. All right, let's zoom in one last time, to the most granular level. We've gone from the CEO's vision to the project plan to your personal strategy. Now we're talking about a playbook for a single repeatable task. How do you actually get AI to run a whole workflow for you? This is the core idea from AI operations expert Rachel Woods, and it requires a total mindset shift. You're not just writing down a process for a human coworker anymore. You're designing a set of instructions so clear, so precise, that an AI agent can run the entire multi-step process without you even being there. Step 1 is simple, but it's absolutely critical.
You have to break your workflow down into its smallest pieces. Think about writing a weekly newsletter. What is every single action that has to happen, in order? You have to map it out with total painstaking clarity.
Now, step 2. This is where the magic happens. For every single one of those little steps, you write a detailed how-to. And this isn't just a simple prompt, okay? It's a full-on guide for the AI. You are literally teaching it how to do that one specific task exactly to your standards.
So what does a good how-to even look like? Well, Rachel Wood says a great playbook should feel a little bossy. It needs super clear, unambiguous instructions. It needs specific examples of what to do and what not to do. And it needs precise criteria that define what success actually looks like for that step.
So there you have it. 4 levels, 4 completely different kinds of AI playbooks. We've gone all the way from the vision that transforms a whole company right down to the process that transforms a single part of your workday. Now, let's just pull it all together.
This table sums it up perfectly. You've got Level 1, the strategic playbook, for the CEO asking how to transform the business. Level 2, the project playbook, for the team lead asking how to actually deliver value. Level 3, the people playbook, for you asking how to get a personal edge. And Level 4, the process playbook, for anyone asking, how can I just get AI to do this one thing for me?
You see, each of these playbooks is a different way to grab onto the power of AI. And they aren't mutually exclusive. In fact, they build on each other. So the real question isn't if you need a playbook anymore. It's which one are you going to start building first? The future of work is being written one playbook at a time. Which one will be yours?